recording a vlog. Seeing that videography is like my first love. Why haven't I did this before? I have no idea. I could not tell you that. But we're going to try it this time. And why are we going to try to start doing this? We're going to do this for the next 7 days. By the way, 7 days we're going to try to do this. And we're going to see if I can do it. And I don't know if I'll actually be able to do this. But we are going to try. And that is what matters. Is that I'm going to make the honest attempt to do this. So for the next 7 days, I'm going to try to vlog with you guys, with all of you, and say a bunch of things because I have a lot to say. Usually I'm talking to my cat about this, or I'm talking to myself as I'm driving on a trip, or it's going through my head on the airplane. And it's about time I actually start saying these things. Next 7 days, the end of the 7 days, so next, so count those many days out. There's a big, huge event that's going on that is significant for me as a person, number one, but also for the blog in general. And I think that we need to commemorate this, or I guess you don't need anything. You can just listen. You don't need to do anything. I need to commemorate this by trying to share some experiences and do some self-reflecting. Self-reflecting is very good. I highly recommend it to all of you. So you get to listen if you would like. And then I'm going to do this for the next 7 days to commemorate this big event that's coming in 7 days. If you haven't gotten the timeline on this enough, you haven't been listening clearly, because it's clearly told you how many days. But I'm going to wait a couple of days more to let you guys know what it is, because I like surprises. I like suspense, if you want to call this suspense. But we're going to commemorate. I'm going to commemorate this, and hopefully we can celebrate this together, and it can inspire you all to travel even more. But I've been thinking, how did this even start? Okay, you know, when I think back to my significant trips that have influenced why I do this so much now, this one specific memory, like the first time I solo traveled, doesn't come to mind, which is so weird, and I can't forget about that, you know? My first solo trip was when I was 19, and I went to New York City / Long Island to visit the guy I was dating at the time. But setting that up was not smooth, and I wanted to take a second to talk about today because it's kind of interesting story, but I also wanted to inspire any of you who are trying to travel to actually do it. So when I was 19, my boyfriend at the time and his friends were going. They live in Long Island, but they were going to the Bronx Zoo, and I was kind of invited. And I was all like, yeah, I love the zoo. I love animals. I'll go, you know. So I asked my mom, got up the courage, thinking, okay, I'm going to have to drive. I'm going by myself. My mom's not going to come. And I'm going to, pluck up the courage to go ask her. Any other trip we've been on, my mom and I usually went on, I think we went on, like, when my parents were together, 2 family vacations, like, ever. So I'm used to having her with me when we had the few places we have gone, and I've always got super jealous in, like, middle school and high school when I would hear everyone else going to Disney every year or going down to Myrtle Beach every year, and I'm thinking, I wish I could do that. But I had to be like, oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Oh, you went somewhere too. Great. Oh, what did I do? I sat at home in my apartment. Yeah, we go to the beach for spring break. Yeah, water's too cold up here. Oh, you went somewhere. Oh, you went somewhere too. Everyone went somewhere. Great, except me, So I'm super thankful for the experiences I did have, but it was not always something that was afforded to me. So when I wanted to go by myself, because the few places I've been, I was so used to going with my mom. I'm like walking up to my mom and I'm asking her, I'm like, she's going to say yes. Okay. She is going to say yes. And because she trusts me and she wants me to travel. And all the time she told me as a kid, when she was going to take me ziplining in the Amazon rainforest and to Australia and Europe and all these other places that we never went, for the record, never even got close to going to. She wanted me to do those things. So I figured, at least to go to New York City, I think she'll say yes to that. She said she's always wanted me to travel, so she'll say yes. So I talked to her and I'm explaining everything, and her response was, why would you ask me that? What do you want to do that for? Why do you need to go do that? Not the response I was expecting out of her. So she pretty much goes into a whole tangent about how it's unsafe. Are you going to be okay? Do you know what you're doing? All the things. And I learned very quickly that I wasn't going to be going anywhere at all. So the answer was no. And, you know, I could have did the whole rebellious thing and just went anyway. But I knew that if I came back, it was going to be World War III in my household. So I didn't go. Waited all summer, brought it up gently again here and there. I mean, I could have paid for my own gas and everything, and I had all my stuff together, packed myself. Like, I can do all of this on my own. Like, I have a job for a reason, you know? So by the end of summer, I bring it up again, and I say, hey, I would like to go. And I'm 19, and, you know, I really would I would like to go. And I hope you can trust me. All that stuff. We talk it out, and she actually says yes the second time. And obviously she said I don't like the idea, and I'm nervous, but I guess you can go. So I'm over the moon. We kind of talk out some more details, but the first thing I'm thinking when we get done with the conversation is, wow, she trusted me to go. My parent trusted me. This is awesome. Finally, I'm being trusted with a very large adult responsibility, like taking care of myself in a completely new area that I've never been to before. Not that I haven't been there, I'm not familiar with. So that was my first thought. Second thought was, my boyfriend, I get to see him. And then the third thought was, wow, I actually have to drive 5.5 hours now and try to pay my tolls and like drive up, you know, to the different bridges and stuff. And I got to do New York City traffic. And I knew it, but now that I'm actually going to have to do it, now it just set in a whole different way. So it wasn't until, you know, finally the day comes, I go to leave. It wasn't until I get, you know, about half hour outside of my hometown in the middle of cornfields in upstate New York. And if you're from upstate or have been to upstate, if you know, you know. Okay. So about a half hour outside, and I'm starting to realize, wow, I kind of know these places I'm seeing, but it's not as recognizable to me. Like I'm not as comfortable as this isn't home anymore. And it was kind of cool because I was by myself and I was all confident, like, ooh, I'm by myself driving in my car. But at the same time, I was also a bit anxious and nervous. So I get into PA. That was a big thing. I, of course, like cheered in my car. And then I get into Jersey. Had a great time driving through Jersey because I just love Jersey. And just the hustle and bustle starts. And then I get into the city and I have to cross the bridge. And it's a whole thing. Trying to pay, so I'm like trying to drive up. I believe it was George Washington Bridge. I'm trying to drive up, and I got to get my money for tolls, and I'm trying to figure out which lane, and I start to freak out for a minor second. And I realize that, all right, I can't get in an accident, because if I get in an accident, that's going to be way more important than if I hold up this whole line of cars because I'm trying to find money for my tolls and get where my money is. In reality, I had zero problem because I just picked my lane, stayed in my lane, paid attention to the cars around me, and then picked up my nice little change baggie that I had with some dollar bills and some quarters and stuff in it, because this was before cashless tolling. And everything was fine. You know, I was prepared. So if you go on tolls, if you've never did that before, you know, and you're in a state that does not have cashless tolling yet, have some change. Spare change is just great anyway, especially if you're stopping at a rest stop that only has vending machines and for some reason doesn't have a credit card machine. Always bring some spare change and some dollar bills with you when you travel. My travel tip for today. But I had that. I was good. And then obviously getting onto the Long Island Expressway is a whole thing. There's lanes of traffic. I'm used to upstate New York. Once again, if you know, upstate New York, that's not real traffic. New York City is real traffic. And I had to just pay attention. But that's the thing. When you're in a new place, just be more diligent, be, about what you're doing and mindful of the stuff going on around you. And just know that everyone else, all these people do this tons of times throughout the year, like every day, multiple times during the day, and not everyone gets in a car crash, so if you just pay attention, you're good. And another thing too, like, I'm trying to listen to Google Maps, and I'm thinking, all right, if I take a wrong turn, I can always just figure it out. Staying calm's a big thing. And I make it, and I make it to his house, and I'm super excited, and it was a huge confidence booster. My mom would probably say this is where, like, it's both a good and a bad thing, is that when I did this trip, I had a wonderful time, and then I got back home by myself, totally fine. That it's a good thing because I had the confidence boost. And that's like the big thing about solo traveling and traveling in general, is it does give you a big confidence boost that, hey, I did this, and I can say I did it, by myself, and I figured it out. But the bad part is I wanted to do it again. and it was kind of addicting almost in that sense. But this wasn't where I got hooked, like, on traveling. This was just kind of the intro. Wow, I did this for the first time. Maybe I can do it again. Where I got hooked on the whole national travel thing, different story on a different day for a different time. But this was the first time I got the confidence to say, hey, I did something. And that's kind of my whole point with this story, is that if you are trying to travel or just explore some new things around your neighborhood, just get up the courage to go do it. And that can always lead to bigger experiences. You don't have to go backpacking in Europe by yourself out of the gate. I haven't even did that yet, And that seems very daunting to me, even with all the experience that I have had. But just choose one new place. Even do it this week. Whether it's a new cafe, a new mountain, that you want to go hike at, that's a couple hours away, or even just a new park down the street that's going to cost you zero money. If you haven't stopped there, go ahead and try it. See what it's like. Spend an hour. Spend a weekend if you feel if you want to go bigger. Whatever your comfort level is, just taking that small step is so crucial, just like I had to when I went down to Long Island in New York City. Taking that small step by yourself is so important, because you can realize that you can go do things without others. And it's nice because you can do what you want. You can biggest thing I love about solo traveling, I can take a bathroom break whenever I need to. If I want to go the whole day, 10 hours straight without using the bathroom and hold it, I can do that, and I don't have to stop. If I want to stop at every little tiny rest stop that has a little map or something at, I can do that. If I want to stop and take a picture at the scenic overlook that I'm driving by, if I want to go get food from a really specific barbecue place when I'm out in the South, I can do those things because I'm by myself and I don't have to worry about someone, it sounds selfish, but someone else's opinion. And the company is nice to have, but it is also nice to kind of have your own company. So go ahead, take that small step, go to that park that you've never been to, go to that mountain range you've never been to, explore it, enjoy it. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to see. And those are the experiences that really make traveling the best thing it can be. And I really want that for all of you. And I hope this inspires you, but we are going to keep, we're going to be out here. Me and the cat, I guess. She actually goes traveling with me sometimes. I'll have to take some pictures. But I'll be traveling still. 7 days out. Really big experience is about to come out. Stay with me each day. I don't think I need to tell you where to subscribe and like and comment to. I mean, you know where those buttons are at this point. I'm assuming if you found me or if you know me that you are probably well enough versed in this stuff that if you do feel so inclined that you will subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. What else am I on? Oh my God. I guess I'm on YouTube now. And then I'm going to, my website blog, I'm probably going to start writing soon too, because, a lot of you have told me I need to start doing things like this and sharing my experiences. And I want to do that if you are interested. And like I said, I cannot keep talking to my steering wheel or talking to my cat. It is nice when you guys comment and message and interact with me. And I do greatly appreciate it. It's almost like, oh, yay, I have friends. We'll be internet pen pals, okay? So thank you for watching. Is that what I'm supposed to say here? I'm new. Once again, new at this vlog. I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Stay with me, travel well, and stay tuned over the next 7 days. We'll see if I can do it. Woo! Sara America out.